Moon, Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. This is very interesting to see what's coming up for you. I'd recommend looking at your trilogy just to see what information is coming in and how it will affect you on all aspects. So let's have a look. We're still going to be dealing with the Leo eclipse, which happens on the 21st of January. And I'm doing this beforehand, so I hope it treats you well if you see this before, or I hope it's actually, working in your favour if you see this afterwards. So let me just start shuffling the Druidcraft Tarot deck and see what information's coming up for you. I will also be doing some astrology as well. Let's have Cancerian reading for February. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, Princess of Wands, okay. And we have Queen of Swords and the Star. Okay, we have the Prince of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands. This is interesting. Okay, so a lot of this seems to be in regards to, I don't know how to put it, feminine energy, divine feminine, feeling very intuitive, feeling very in touch with how you are within yourself and looking at it as though you are very powerful. I think this is you leveling up, Cancerians, I honestly do. And at the bottom of the deck, wow, you have the Chariot. Even better, even better. So the Chariot is the ghost card, which is, channels through all the rest of them. And the Chariot is very much about self-assertion and hard control and will. You are pulling at the reins here. You are directing this chariot forwards, and you are the person to actually, make your mark and make sure that you want to take this in the direction of your choosing, nobody else's. So that's really good because you're typically empaths. I think that's going to be something that you're sometimes challenged with. Sometimes you get faced with a problem or friends who you don't really feel like you can say goodbye to them because, you've known them for so long. But I think actually you may be KonMariing your friendships and your, as well as your apartment, a little bit of Marie Kondoing everything. Okay, so the Princess of Wands, first of all, she brings forth messages. Actually, this is also a message card down here. But she brings forward messages of energy. She brings them of enthusiasm and discovery and feeling things that, you've maybe wanted to stoke the fire of. Now, this whole month starts with a new moon in Aquarius, which is in your 8th house of your partner's resources, other people's money, but also career changes and endings and Phoenix and the flames. So it could be that this is the flames that you release yourself from. Maybe January's been a bit tough on you. It sometimes is for a lot of people. And I just think that this kind of in a knowing that you have, because the 8th house is also about that sort of innate knowing that it's the house of Scorpio, but it's actually in your area is Aquarius. So new moon in there is giving you, or shedding some light, maybe some impulse in regards to this career change, the way that you do things, your spirituality. And maybe you'll want to enthusiasm on discovery of something new. Maybe there's something from even past life regression to healing, Reiki, that you're looking into. It could also be just that you want to change. But I think there's something about healing coming through here. And again, it could be that you're shifting a burden, shifting a responsibility, because you don't want that friend anymore, or you don't want that relationship with that person anymore. It could also be that you have a problematic family member who is draining so much of your time and energy. You'll get the strength to tell them what's what in this time as well. So you should be able to feel very confident in your discussion with them, and you should be able to feel, maybe it's a taboo subject. Maybe it's like, you're not pulling your weight with me, or you're not doing this, or by the way, when you said you liked to dress frogs up in little frilly knickers or something, you know what I mean. It's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, but you feel confident in explaining it or talking to somebody about it. So I think this is going to be really strong for you this month. Prince of Cups. This is very much about having the good news sent to you, but also having this feeling of romance and charming nature, and maybe there's something that you feel very much in the air about, and oh, how wonderful, and going into sort of this daydream land. This, though, is a card of action and messages, so I think that you're taking the information that you get maybe from talking to somebody about issues that you haven't felt comfortable with before, and actually moving forwards with it. You know, it could be that you're, again, KonMariing your life and feel freed to do something that's emotionally viable for you. Maybe it's taking a chance, you know. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to toast myself. Interestingly enough, this here, this little moon, is a waxing in the moment. So this is shortly after that new moon. I think you start to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You start to push yourself forwards and give yourself time and energy and dedicate it to yourself. Toast yourself to your own health. You know what I mean? It's that feeling of, okay, so I can do this, I can move forwards. Now, the interesting thing is as well, the full moon, so I'm going to say this middle card is the full moon area. This is actually in Virgo. And Virgo is your third house of communication and of that feeling of competition, short trips, skills, how you communicate with the rest of the world. So for this one, you have the Queen of Swords. So if something has been bothering you, if something has been fallen by the wayside, other people aren't pulling their weight, or you just feel like, oh my God, you're going to call me up for another 5-hour discussion again, you can say, I'm busy, or you can say, no. You also may feel the confidence of going somewhere to dine on your own. Like, this woman is very independent, so it could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini person because of the air, but it could also be any single woman who has been single for a long time feeling the confidence to do something else. It could also be somebody who's very, like a battle axey type, stereotypical, but somebody who's very strong, very of their own sound mind, and who gives the best advice. Now, I think with this one, though, it is kind of you being very astute, very quick thinking and perceptive. You're an empath anyway, so you have to make sure that your energy is protected. But I do think there's a lot going on that's of your benefit and of your kind of calling, I would say, maybe. I just think that there's something coming through here with regards to you beating out the competition. You're very strong, you're very peaceful, you feel like you're able to sort of stand your ground with this one, I think, in order to change. Again, remember the Chariot. This is about your self-will, your assertion. So the full moon in your house of communication, you're probably going to shed light on how you can communicate better and how you can actually stand your ground and be assertive. Now, being assertive isn't being shouty or bossy. It's just saying, no, I'm not going to be persuaded into doing something that I do not want to do in the slightest. And that may be where you fell down a little bit over the few months that's really affected your energies. Because like I say, you're an empath, you'll start to feel the change in the room. But whatever you've tried to do is coming full circle now. You have a beautiful major arcana in the wheel here. So this is your turning point of destiny. This could be the turning point for you this month, saying, look, I am making this decision and I am moving forwards in the way that makes sense to me. Now, it could also be because we have Mercury entering Pisces, which is your 9th house. So your 9th house is very philosophical. It's about higher education, spiritual development. So it could even be something to do with good luck. So once you declutter your mind and your, what's it called? Not responsibilities, but when it's integral that you go somewhere and somebody says, well, it's not, you can't miss it, it's actually something that's necessary, that you have to go and do it. I think that you just say, actually, no, it's not that necessary, goodbye. It's compulsory. That's it. Compulsory. It's not compulsory to go everywhere and do everything for everybody else. And I think as soon as you clear the air with that person, or as soon as you even clear the air with your shadow self, you'll feel a lot stronger. With Mercury in Pisces, you may even feel a little bit like you want to be speaking more about your own self and your soul and your emotions. Because Pisces is an incredible house, but it's also one of dreamers. And it's of having that feeling of, speaking your intentions and making them come true. So this, around the full moon, this should be really, really strong for you. And I think this is going to be paired very nicely, because with the Virgo full moon for you in communication, your Pisces is saying communicate it into being. This is going to be really strong for you, I think, around the middle of the month. It's just this case of feeling like you have more confidence. Sometimes faking it till you make it as well. If you want to appear aloof but you don't feel it inside, that's going to take some skill. It could be that you're trying to break up with somebody, or even looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I am fine, something like that. But one thing's for sure is that the universe has your back. You know, the star here is very much strong for hope and inspiration and generosity and serenity, but it is also about putting in your energy and what's going out. You know, she's nurturing both land, which is practical, and water, which is emotion. But it is just saying that you have got such a strong connection here with your spirituality. This month belongs to Aquarius and Pisces, so the rebel dreamers, if you will. So this is very much saying that you can achieve it, you can move towards things. Mars entering Taurus on the 14th, and with Taurus being your 11th house of side ventures and social life or your income, you know, this could be Mars saying, go, 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 go. You know, let's go now, because this is the waning gibbous. So this could be post full moon. You're going to be nurturing yourself. You're going to be taking stock of what's happened until then. But Mars entering Taurus, entering this house of needing to have this winnings and income, and, you know, get some edge in your social life, and let's go out and meet more people. Taurus is very, I think, grounded, and it will want you to sort of be practical about that. And this is also saying, look, you've just done something very big for you. Restore yourself. You know, you don't have to be all over the place trying to fill the holes that maybe you've drawn back from. You know, it could be that you've taken a step back from somebody and you just want to rest now. This is saying that's okay. You know, this is saying that you're absolutely fine to do that. If it's a family member, especially, you could be feeling so disappointed, even though you love this person and you like this person or something. Whoever this is, you may feel like, oh my gosh, you know, I just really need the break. So I don't blame you for that. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen is very strong. It's about exuberance and vibrancy, and she brings forward a sense of energizing. So maybe it's a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries friend. Either way, she comes forward with a sense of luminosity and like, yes, I'm going to shed light on this for you, or yes, I'm going to be able to do this for you. Either way, I think that she's going to be able to give you the drive to solve the problems that maybe are left over. She could actually be the Mars aspect of it. Somebody who actually physically represents the Mars aspect in this for you, and is coming in to say, hey, you know, I really want to do this with you, and I really want to, you know, give you, you know, a solution to a problem. Oh, you got a problem? Okay, let's go. You know, she'll be the one to go on a road trip without a map. She'll just go where she wants to go. And that could be very freeing for you. Sometimes we need to learn how to do that and how to just, you know, explore. And she could be the person to say, look, you've done this, you've got rid of this. Let's go. Let's find out where life takes you now. And that can sometimes be very disruptive for a water sign. I know it was with me when my Leo friend, one of my best friends, she let's go on a road trip, and she didn't have any destination in mind, but it was the journey that was so exciting, and we found so many different things on the way, and we didn't have a day planned, and it was just so freeing. So I think that's something that maybe you need to do. Go on a day that's not planned to the fullest, you know, just see where it takes you. And that, I think, may be the key to feeling renewed and feeling very strong within yourself for the rest of February. So I'm just going to have a look at an Archangel Oracle card here, just to see what comes up for you. Oh, if you heard a rattle, that was my cat. She's found something to play with. Alright, so let's see. Whoa, okay, so this actually flew again, yeah. Sensitivity. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Again, you're an empath. So if you don't do this, you're doing yourself a disservice, because if you allow everybody to put their burdens upon you, that's going to be very counterproductive to your health, your mental health, your general well-being, and also the burdens. So I'm not going to say, you know, grow a backbone, Cancer, because you do have one already. You're very strong. But I do think that sometimes you're too lenient with people who just need a good talking to. Sometimes they don't even need a talking to, they just need you to disappear and to teach them that lesson. So you may be the deliverer of a bit of karma this month, and it could be distressing for you because you don't want to make, you know, people feel a little bit put out. But I do feel this is going to generate some really good results for you, and I do believe this is going to be something important to set the tone of the rest of the year. But let me know in the comments below how things go. If you'd like a reading, all the information is in the description box, and if you'd like to have the weekly readings, they're for as little as $1 a month on Patreon. But thank you so much for joining me, Cancerians. I do wish you all the very best of luck for this month. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you guys